to begin by appreciating everyone who put a call forward to check on me, asking if I'm fine. They've not seen me on a broadcast in the past 2, 3 days, and checking whether I am good, whether everything is fine with me. Apparently, I'm fine, and I appreciate your calls. You're checking on me. I mean, that is what it is. Brotherhood, humanity, and I want to say thank you for that because it is not every time that we get such, but it's beginning to feel as if the love is growing somehow. Uh, Happy Sunday to you all. Well, I'll quickly show a clip to get the show started without wasting time. But before I show the clip that some of you already probably saw before now, I want to give a preceding information to it. Was it 2 or 3 days now? 3 days, if I'm correct. I spoke with Segalink. Segalink. You know Segalinks, the man at the front of the EndSARS advocacy hashtag, who later became a panelist at the convened Lagos Judicial Panel on, uh, you know, SARS brutality, police brutality matters of victims affected, and Lekki shooting and other connected matters. We spoke some 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days now, and then I asked him. I mean, uh, Objective Media uploaded video of some of the. It was actually a press conference of victims of Lekki shooting who have various degrees of injuries who came out to complain that they are being abandoned by the panel. And then I asked him what his response is, although he declined interview because he said he's not allowed, and he also does not think that granting interview at this time will not affect public perception of the outcome of the panel, because yeah, it is not expected that if you are, it's a judicial panel, and it's just like it's just like you want to interview a judge or a court official in a matter that is currently still being presided over. It may be prejudicial, or what are the terms they use now? Like you want to distort or affect or preempt the courts. Okay? But then I asked him to give me clarification as to what's going on, because I understand that he's also an activist, and he will also not be pleased to see victims being abandoned or neglected. And then Sega told me that the activists, who in turn were the lawyers uh, standing in for the victims, are just the ones raising dusts unnecessarily, because according to the schemes they have, they are still on course, and that just have to take it one after the other. Although I would have for a long time brought attention to the plight of most of these victims, but I felt, well, since they said it is part of their terms of reference at the panel, definitely when they get to that stage, they are definitely going to have to take care of this. But I do not feel that if it will take 5 or 10 years, that the victims have to continue to have their medical conditions worsened or worsening or festering without care, all because they have to wait until the panel decides. If the panel doesn't decide in 5 or 10 years, but well, that is the way the panel would have their own goal set. Then it turned out, was it yesterday? It's it's it then came to fore that this happened, and I'm showing you the clip now. Some of you must have seen it already.
Until it concludes its assignment.
Deliver a dissenting opinion, and that's why you saw that it came in late.
No.
You will recall that. Just wait, gentlemen. You recall that we were here
were there watching.
And we decided that this panel does not form a forum if the youth representatives are not present. You will recall that.
Well, what has happened in what you just saw, what happened there, is that it is alleged that the panelists staged a walkout, and that was after a critical decision was taken by the panel or by the presiding judicial officer, who said, subject to or pursuant to application made by the Lekki concessionaire company, they wanted to return or resume operations, and then they decided, okay, let's give them to continue, let's allow them continue to operate while we continue sitting. So it's just like saying, let business continue. Let's continue to listen to the victims and listen to their lawyers talk and dramatize and continue to adjourn, but let business continue. So there was disagreement. I understand senior advocate of Nigeria, Olu Adegboruwa, was among the lead counsels who decided to say no, this should not be. And then that was what happened. Then it occurred to me that if we have to wait some more, who knows how long more? Because these victims are, their conditions are festering by the day. The panel doesn't seem to have a predetermined or defined time for which they are going to have a conclusion as yet. And then we cannot leave people like that. If government fails, government has always failed after all. If government fails again to help these people out of this condition, some of them have bullet wounds, not treated. Some of them still have the bullets in their body, not yet removed, because they probably just waiting just to show the evidence, and their conditions are worsening. So I spoke with one of the comrades with them who are handling their affairs. They do not have money to even continue taking care of them, and you have just put their families in problems. So I thought, well, that's one of the cases I feel in the immediate I would like to attend to. Some of you are already aware that in the past I've been busy with some kinds of outreaches, helping people, medical case and so on. So, and I'm going to show a little of that clip again, the one we did December. I still want to appreciate all of you who supported, but this time we have to continue. And then that is the first case I want to make. The second case is of is a friend, is a cameraman with Goldmine TV, and he is also in medical need, and I'm going to show the video. I'm sorry if this is disturbing. He needs some kidney surgery, and just see it. So that's him. It's his name is Ambrose. His name is Ambrose Adishi, and I want to encourage and ask that if you can, please kindly do support. Whatever you can support with, please do. We need support at this time. That's the second case I want to raise. And the third one is that I want to continue what I normally would do. Some of you already know this, that okay, let me just leave this for now. I'll come back to the next. Okay, I was going to talk about other hospital cases that I need to attend to. Other hospital cases. I'm going to play a little clip of the SARS victims. It's disturbing. Nigeria is such a jungle. Just a moment. Let me show you a little clip of what we did sometime in December, in case you haven't seen it, and then I'll come back to talk more about the next one we want to go out for this January. The General Hospital in Lagos as one of the hospitals. This is one of the hospitals I visited within this period. Just one simple exercise, which is just to identify people who are critically in need of little fund support. A lot of people I met here are stranded. Some of them got treatment but are stranded
they have been discharged, but they can't pay. We also saw some who have high bills to pay. We had to help, somebody who went through CS and is having 100 and something to pay. Somebody who has mental trauma, and because of the fee, the families abandoned him. So we had to pick all those bills, and the ones we can try to pay part of, we pay part of, so as to relieve the burden or the cost burden on them. And then those that are also receiving treatment but don't have money to buy drugs and to buy foods. All I'm just trying to do here is, wherever you are, go to any nearby hospital, identify people who are in need. Maybe we should tag this Help the Needy challenge. Blowing money at the party, buying shisha and all that. How about you identify people who are in need, seriously in need, for food, for drug? Just reach out to people. That's just what this is about. So it is not to show off. There are people who just need like 10,000, 5,000, 50,000. Just go to the nearby hospital, identify them, help them. And I think in the spirit of this season, I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance to you. And I want to say, as we do it, God bless. And if you also want to support us to be able to reach out to more people, because we're able to relieve some people on their cause, we're not able to offset all their bills. If you want to support, just look at the details on your screen and reach out to us. God bless you.
Okay. So that should not be all. I'd like to hear maybe just a little bit. Some of these victims, I mean, Lekki and Lekki shooting, not exactly the previous EndSARS. The Lekki shooting, victims of the shooting, either to denied shooting, because they have always denied everything, including this particular one. So either to denied shooting, the victims of it. I'm not talking about the SARS that's said to have been disbanded, all the victims of, they took me to ATM, they broke off my chain, they broke my head, they did this. But the Lekki shooting that at least all of us are aware of. I think I should let you see a little bit of that. Just a moment, I'll be back.
20. I was at Lekki toll gate. So around 6 or thereabout, all of a sudden the lights went off, and the guy beside me said that we should rush and get my phone. Then we had the gunshot. The guy received his gunshot at his chest. He fell down. I was like, I should help him. Immediately I rushed to help him. I received my own on my left thigh. So we were lying there. We see people rushing, helping people to the hospital. I lost a lot of blood. Around after 11 at night, that's when the doctor told me that I was rushed into Lasuth. I was there about 2 weeks and nothing done. My leg was we were just on injection, tablets. They were abandoned on bed. Doctor would just come, would complain pain, they would just give us injection. Up to date. Right now I'm still with my own bullets right inside my body, not yet removed. They refused to operate me I don't know the reason why they refused to operate the bullet. The bullet is still in my leg, it's still in my body, it's still disturbing me. Sometimes I find it very difficult to move my left leg due to the pains of the bullet.
Since October 28th, I've been receiving treatment from a doctor, but all the bills and everything was upon my family. And the reason why I'm saying this is, please, which one is please, sir? I'm not ready to plead with any government. I just want to tell them it's their responsibility, because they are the people that did this to us. We just need them to compensate us.
Wọ́n pè mí pé ó wà ní general hospital, wọ́n ti gbé lọ general. Gbàtà dé general hospital, wọ́n ti shoot ẹ̀ ní orí, iwájú orí àtẹ̀yìn, òun náà ni. Later, mo nǹkan tó ń rí ìgbà tí true oxygen ṣá ló wà. Later, wọ́n wá refer wa lọ sí general hospital Ìkẹjà. So Ìkẹjà ló ti ṣe surgery yẹn níjọ́ náà. So but nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìn ni pé ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ àǹtí Dábírà àwọn ló wà pẹ̀lú wa tó ń sponsor wa up to date. Kò séèyàn kan àfọlọ́hún, mò ń fọ́lẹ̀ ni, mò ń gbálẹ̀ ni láti fi take care. I'm a single mother láti fi take care àwọn ọmọ mi. even èèyàn kan ní wa ó rí mi lẹ́nìí sí ó ní òun ò mọ̀ pé bí mo ṣe rí leléyìí ipe so mo ní àwọ̀ lára because ẹni tó bá tiẹ̀ rí mi gbà yá mọ̀ pé abiyamọ ni mí but kò sólùrànlọ́wọ́ fún mi lẹ́yìn ọlọ́run ọba tó dá wa ó ń gbọ̀n mo fi wọ̀n wọ́n gan lánàá ó máa gbọ̀n báyìí ni ẹsẹ̀ yìí náà kò tíì ṣe so physiotherapist tí wọ́n bá mi ṣe nílé so wọ́n tún láti ní pé ká tún wá ẹlòmíì again so òun ló ń bá mi ṣe sí but tó bá máa tó of a time sí ọwọ́ yẹn máa gbọ̀n kò tí ì get system ẹ̀ bó ṣe rí èmi ní máa ń wọ ṣòkòtò fún tèmi ní máa ń wọ boxer even bàtà kẹ́ tó lọ́ọ́ sí ẹ̀ máa notice bàtà máa jábọ́ báyìí ó máa fi ẹsẹ̀ gba kínní ni so kọ́jọ́ nítorí ọlọ́run justice must be done kọ́jọ́ nítorí ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú wa àwa aláìní ni wa kó ṣàánú wa.
That's the clip from what you termed the Lekki shooting at the EndSARS protest. Those are the victims so far. Some of them, not all. Well, I summarize that and I leave it there. I need to move on to other matters now. But I want to quickly comment that when you see things like this happening in Nigeria, just understand that the games have not changed. Understand that the games have not changed. I remember I've told a lot of people that in Nigeria it is your responsibility to be safe, to be alive, to be healthy. Everything, it is your responsibility. And it takes me to when we uploaded video of some people testing native bulletproof, and I read some comments to my amazement again where people say, why would you be showing this kind of thing? And it just makes you wonder or make you suspect, what exactly do people want? The same people will say, oh, this thing doesn't work, everything about Africa is just bad, nothing is working, nothing. Some people are like, yeah. The same people will say, all things do not work, anything native to Africa doesn't work. The same people love to see miracles. The same people they are fascinated by how Moses raised his staff and it magically became or turned to snake. The same people love to watch miracles on TV. The same people went to churches for miracles and magic. The same people who are Christians and Muslim population are enticed by Sunday Igboho's magical underwear. But the same people who have been asking the same question, who also wanted to see it, we uploaded sample of it. The same people will say, why show it? You doubted something. We decided to show you that it seems that this thing works. And again, you have a problem with that. I really don't even know what people want anymore. It just makes you just do like this and just be watching your people. It's the way Nigerians are. But sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. I'm still going to spend on the investigation. I'm still interested in investigating more. I wish I had money, I would have done an array of it. Because when you say you doubt that African things work, and you say na lie, but somehow you are fascinated, although a lot of people have been asking this question for a very long time. Do these things truly work? Does this thing, can we see how it works? So I'm going to try to investigate. I'm going to find some babalawos that do it. I'm going to try to invest. I don't have so much, but I'm going to try to invest as little as I can afford to test the one that my money can make. Let's test it and let's put it out for people to just see. And the reason I am doing this, is because it has become your responsibility in Nigeria to defend yourself. I don't want to know what method you use, whether you are using blood of Jesus, whether you are using blood of Zechariah, whether it is the blood of goats, whether it is mantle or anointing or Goya oil, or whether it is some kind of local bulletproof or an entire shrine woven together in a shirt like Sunday Igboho. What matters is that see, as far as I am concerned, you are protected. Okay, and if you like, if your pastor has bodyguards, as SSS and DSS guarding him, as people who have pistols, protecting him, and even he himself has bante under his, you know, his suit, and tells you, don't worry, just put my sticker on your vehicle. You are protected 247. As far as your belief works, it is your responsibility to be safe. That's the point I'm here to make to you. But for those who are interested in knowing whether they can return to nativism to also protect themselves, mm, I will still I will still investigate this one to the extent that I can to see whether it works or not, and I will let you see the results. And if you want to support this adventure too, you're welcome, because it requires some money too. I understand, but that's on one side. Let me also quickly say that for those who are asking me to talk about Sunday Igboho and all that, well, I'm not going to entirely shock you that I decided to keep mute over this matter for some time and for some reasons. Because it appears that there is some kind of newfound world energy, mob energy, that is facing a particular direction from the comments we have been observing over time. Anytime somebody comes up to say something from experience, like to guide you or to say, how about you do this, or trying to solve a problem, so long as the person is not seeing it and is not following the rhythm channeled by your own, you know thoughts or way of that it must be done, as far as it doesn't just follow your exact rhythm, even though the person is still going to end the with the message you want to hear, but if he brings out any other information that is different from what you like to hear in your reading, you just attack the person. And I've noticed it because when I saw that Professor Wale Soyinka was on a live broadcast with doing his live interview with BBC, I think it was yesterday, and I saw some live comments, and it ripped me apart. Like, this man is just preferring solutions. Like, yes, if you want to go into health business as a matter of commercial, just understand it's a commercial enterprise, and it was suggesting that people should just invest in, insurance, just the same way you insure your car in case you hit another person. So in case your car strays into another person's farm, at least insurance will take care of the person. You need to see the way they riddled the man with ridiculous comments. They didn't even let him finish. They don't even know where he's going as yet. They just lashed on the man. And I was like, is it not better if you have answer to some questions in this country, just keep quiet? Because it appears that's what people want. What's wrong if somebody, who is also affected by the same menace, decides to profile a solution or decides to just uh, put up some kind of idea or suggestions of how this thing can be solved, and all you can think of is attacking? And then I decided, wow, is it not just, let's just be looking at it, it just looks like everything has been pre-programmed, and we just have to be watching how it is going to end. We shouldn't even participate or act in it or add anything, because it looks like it has been pre-programmed. Maybe the phenomenon is divine and we should just be watching it. Let's just watch it play out, because at the end of the day, what is important is that we have good results, and that's all what all of us want: good results, whether it is Nigeria or the Dua Republic. As far as I find, I wake up tomorrow, I'm in the Dua Republic, and there's good road, there's healthcare, schools are working, electricity, everything is working. I mean, I don't have to worry myself. Okay, so as far as all of those ones are in place, why should I bother myself? So, I for now, I may have to just, I will continue to report on these activities, but I may have to personally desist from making comments about it, because people don't want to hear. Even if you have privileged information, they probably just don't want to hear it. So, gentlemen and ladies, that's it. If you want to reach out let me just keep the number on the screen, and then I just close for now. I just want it's just the top of just to reach out to you. Who am I? Where's this number? Okay, this is my WhatsApp number on your screen. You can reach out if you have any contribution to make, or any, maybe all the victims we already display or we showed to you. If you want to support anybody, the EndSARS victims, the Lekki shooting victims, the media person who has issues, who has kidney issue and needs support. I showed you all of them. If you just join in, you can just play the video all the way from beginning. And then if you also want to support us in some of our own adventures, because I believe in using technology to fight this war some of the time, it's just that we don't have enough. I love to do underground works, but you still need resources. For instance, like I heard that there's a certain Wakilu who is proving stubborn, and some would deny, some would say it's true. So what's wrong if you just set up a crew, go there with some kind of drone, get the drone shot of the place, so it helps you to map out a strategy on how to. But it's okay. It's just one of them. I'm just dishing out idea for those who have the fund or the resources, who can go do it. But there are so many things like technology can solve here, or give you better hints to get the works done. Gentlemen and ladies, I leave you Larry Safari. This is VIP. And I close for today. Shegun Lawyer once again. Love you all.
Yeah. Underdog, freaky, at the vex. Nanja is stuck with leaders who can move this country forward. But if you talk, you go die. If you no talk, you go die. I'd rather talk. Anytime I talk, then they try to stop me. Arrest me, they want me. Whatever that you send them, no send, they go stop you. Arrest you or kill you. But if they kill the messenger, they no go fit kill the message. My people just they suffer, suffering and smiling. Hey, vagabonds in power. They want me, they want you. Government in power. It don't tell them they play also. The vagabonds in power. They want me, they want you. The government in power. It don't tell them they play also. Yes, every little thing when I see, I go talk. Every little thing when you see, make you talk. My ancestors. But if you kill the messenger, you no go fit kill the message. My people just they suffer, suffering and smiling. Hey, vagabonds in power. They use me, they use you. The government in